I'm very happy to see your submitted work. That is, everyone, they have submitted your works. I think you have understood the last topic. Can you remember what we have discussed in the last class? Yes, about the control statements. We have completed the decision statements, is it? So, the control statements, it is divided into two sections, is it? That is decision statements and looping statements. Last class we have discussed the decision statements. That is if and switch statements. Clear? The next section it is looping statements. Is it? So let's start with a real example, that is real life example. All of you have seen this player. Is it? What is that? It's a music player, Winamp. In this, if you need to repeat a song, you have an option in this. Clear? That is toggle playlist, repeating the particular playlist. If you had it 4 or 5 songs, if you need to repeat that particular section, means you have that option, repeating the songs. Clear? And the next music player is, generally we are using this VLC media player. In this also you have an option to repeating the songs. This section is known as loop. I think you have seen this or you have using. You people are using this section, is it? So, this is a real life example for looping statements. Repeating a particular work. So these are the works which is we are practically applying in that particular softwares using the looping statements. So let's see an example in C++ program. That is program to print the numbers from 1 to 50. Continuously it automatically print the numbers from 1 to 50. Let's see a for loop example. In looping statements, generally we have 3 set of looping statements. One is for loop, another one is while, and last one is do while. Is it? So last year we have written some programs with this looping statements. Just we can go through the example. The first one is we are using the for loop to printing a number from 1 to 50. You have a structure, the header file using namespace std, and next is main function. We are going to write our own program using this main function. The first one, we are going to declare a variable. Using a variable only, we are going to print the numbers. So here it is, we are initializing the variable a with the value 1. In for loop, we are using the initialization condition, and the next one is increment or decrement operations in a single line. In the for loop, we are using the 3 expressions in a single line. Okay, so here we are going to, the starting value will be 1, that is the initialization operation. And next one is checking the condition. According to the condition only, it will be printing the value. So, till 50 you have to print the number, that is the condition. And next one is incrementing. For each section, 1, 2, 3, like that you are incrementing the value here. And you are printing the numbers from each sections. Clear? And here #ns /ns using to go for the next line. It is known as, it is an escape sequence. Its meaning is going to the next line, new line. Clear? So this is the program which we are using the for loop condition. And in this next section it is we are using the while loop. That is, we have different method to write the while loop section. Here you can use, you are initializing the variable in the variable declaration itself. And next is we are using the while statement to check the condition. If A is less than or equal to 50. If it is not, means you have to print the value. And next is we are using the increment or decrement section. That is, here it is we are using increment value, that is post increment. Clear? After each display it will be incrementing to the next value. A is equal to 2, A is equal to 3, like this. Till 50 it will be checking and we are printing the output. Okay students, so these are the two looping statements mainly we are using to print the numbers from 1 to 50. This is a simple example you can see in the C++ program. So I think you are getting an idea about what is looping statement. Let's see the definition. A looping statement, it is also called a iteration statements. And here it is the execution, that is the printing or the working of the particular program which will be continued with the particular test expression or the condition is true. If the condition is true, it is equal to the particular section, means it will be printing or it will be displaying the output. If it is less than 50 means it will be printing. If it is greater than 51 means it is stop the process. Like this, it will be continue with a particular condition. And next is a looping statement generally have a particular structure, that is it have generally 4 components. First one is initialization expression, that is we have declared that is A equal to 1, like that we have initialized in that program. So that is the initialization expression. Every looping statement will have an initialization expression. In for statement we are initializing with the for statement. In while we are initializing the variable in the starting of that program or declaration of that variables. And next one is test expression, that is the condition we are using testing the particular section or we are processing with a particular condition. That is the second section of test expression. And next is about update expression. A plus plus increment decrement we are doing that in a particular program condition, that is known as update expression. And the loop body, that is if you want to write in displaying output or any extra conditions, means you can use that loop body. Clear? The first one is initialization of a variable, next one is test expression, and third one is increment or decrement, that is update expression, and the fourth one is the loop body. Sometimes you don't need to write the particular loop body, it will checking only the condition. We will see the practical programs, you will get an idea. Clear? Same as in for also, that is initialization expression, test expression, and here it is update expression. In for loop it will be in the same line. The 3 section it will be in the same line and the loop body it will be following that particular for expression. So these are the main content in a looping statement, that is we are used to perform a repeated operation in a particular program. And next is the different parts of a or a section of a looping statement. Clear students? I know you are getting, that is you are recalling the concept. Yes, we'll go for the next one. So the variable which is used in the text expression is called loop control variable, that is the particular condition or the particular variable which controlling the all the program. Is it? Such variable is known as loop control variable. In this program you can see that A is a loop control variable. Here it is. The value of A is checking the particular condition. So here it is, A is a loop control variable and the value should be initialized. The particular variable is known as loop control variable. And next one is the update expression which changes the loop control variable's value, that is A++. Here it is updating with 1 with with the value of that particular variable. Clear? So here it is. These are the sections in a looping statement. So what are the different looping statements? Yes, for, while and. So let's see the two types of looping statements. It is divided into two sections. Looping statement. One is entry control loop and another one is exit control loop. So what is an entry control loop? That is the condition it will be checking from the starting of the program. After that only it will go for the loop body. That is only it will work after the condition is true. If it is not means it will come out from the program and it will be stopped. Clear? And next one is exit control loop. The condition is checked after the execution of the loop body. For example, it is do while statement. Do while is a exit control loop. That means once it will be printing the output, after that only it will be checking the condition. Clear, students? This is an example of entry control loop. Okay. So this is the program to find the sum of n natural numbers. That means if you are entering 10 numbers means you want to calculate its sum, or 20 means you want to calculate the 20 numbers sum. But it will be starting from that what is the initial value we are giving. Okay, students. So here it is. We are giving a variable to enter the numbers. What is the limit? N. That is the variable we are using, and sum. It is the variable which is you want to calculate or store the sum of the particular numbers. And next is you are giving a command as to enter the number or enter the limit. And next section it is for looping statement. We are using here for loop. Here it is, we are initializing a looping variable I equal to 1. The starting value is 1. So your number will be starting from 1, 2, 3 like this. And we have a condition that the limit I is less than or equal to n. That is I is less than or equal to 10 if you are entering the value 10. And next section is update expression, that is increment or decrement section, that is updating in I++. You are incrementing the value by 1. And next is it's calculating the sum equal to sum plus 1. If the first value it is already it is 0, the sum variable is 0, 0 plus 1 means 1. The sum is now 1. And the next section it is, again it will check the next variable, 1 plus 1 it is 2. It is checking the condition 2 is less than or equal to 10, and here it is going to that particular sum value. So here it is 1 plus 2, that is 3. Like this we will be adding the values and finally you are getting the sum of that particular section of the numbers. Clear, students? So like this only the for loop it is working till 10. It will be adding the numbers and it is displaying the sum of the variables. Okay. So this is the program which is in your practical section. So note it in your CA notebook. Okay, students, to find the sum of n natural numbers. And another example of an entry control loop is to find sum of digits of a number. That is, if you are entering a number 25, it want to add 2 plus 5, that is its digit. If you are entering the number 150 means 1 plus 5 plus 0. So that is the program, find the sum of digits of a number. This is also an important program for your practical section. So write it in your CA note. After that we can change into our rough record. Clear? So here it is, we are initializing the variables num, sum and digit. That is, we are going to add the digit. And here it is, you are entering a number. Clear? And here, if you are entering a value 23. Clear? So we are going to 23 as greater than 0. First you are going to check the digit. You are separating the digit. What is the value? 23. Here you have to calculate the remainder. 23 divided by 10 means you are getting the remainder 3. It will be storing in the digit variable. And here it is, you are going to add the number 0 plus 3. Sum already it is 0. 0 plus 3 will be saving in the sum variable. And next it is dividing the number. 23 divided by 10. You are getting the another value, that is number is 2. 2 is greater than 0. It will be saving in the digit and it is going to 3 plus 2 equal to 5. That is the sum of the digits. So this program, it is very important for your practical section. So write it in your CA note and it will be transferring to our rough practical record. Clear, students? So these are the topics we are discussing today. That is about looping statements. That is for loop, while loop and do while loop, and it is divided into two parts, exit and entry control loop. So I hope you have understood the concept. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Complete your notes. We'll see you in the next class.